Hey everyone, it's Marla. Welcome back. Today I have a channeled message from St Germain on neutrality and peace. But before I get to the message, I want to share with everybody how my mission is expanding. So I am starting a second channel called Light and Liberty, and the intention behind this channel is to create a platform to bring deep healing to the United States and the world. So I mentioned in another video where I talked about the channel, this new channel, that since 2014, I've known that I was meant to help in some way this transformation of America. I had a vision back then, and I didn't know how in 2014. In 2017, I started to do a lot of grid work around America, doing healing and activations on different places. And now I feel like this mission is expanding yet again. I decided it would be best to create a second channel because obviously most of the stuff posted here on Twinstrology is about twin flames, and I find that that does create a very limited audience, so it's necessary for me to have a second channel. Please know I'm not going to stop posting and working with twin flames at Twinstrology. I'm just expanding into a second area. But I could really use your help. You know, you guys have been growing and expanding along with me, and I need light workers that have the ability to embody this neutrality and peace that St. Germain is going to be talking about, to bring your light and energy to the things that I'm going to be doing over there. So some of the things I'll be doing are clearings, um, SRT clearings, and other types of clearings to help shift the energy off the grid, but also to clear us, right? Obviously, SRT, which many of you have been doing on this channel, and I've been getting great feedback about it. It's such a powerful way of clearing energy. And when we clear it from ourselves, that energy just spreads. So I'll be doing SRT and other types of clearing as well. And whether or not you feel you have that particular thing we're clearing on, if you still do the clearings, you help transform that energy for the whole collective of humanity. You know, we can be so powerful, much more powerful than we realize. I'm also going to be posting channeled information over there, such as this video from St. Germain, and I have other things already planned, channelings from Mary Magdalene and Jesus to share over there as well. And I'm sure more things will come through in the future. And also, I'll be doing some commentary on events or situations that require us to take a higher spiritual perspective that's sometimes very difficult to achieve when we live in such a polarized environment. But as light workers, we really need to start overcoming the division and polarization right now and begin to reconnect in unity. So I would love it if you would subscribe to Light and Liberty and share with your friends. The first SRT clearing I'm being guided to do is on clearing blocks to world peace. And you are going to be amazed, I think, at the things that we're going to be clearing on over there. So I would love your light and support. And now on to this message from St. Germain. Thank you for hearing this message. Let us get to the question at hand: neutrality and peace. Neutrality leads to peace, sometimes big, such as when we respond in a neutral way to conflicts. It creates a space of peace, but also it is a reflection of what is within. When we cultivate neutrality within, it leads us to a feeling of peacefulness within. Why is that, you ask? When we don't have a dog in the race, we aren't focused on a winner. You see, it's the desire to win, to be proven right, to dominate or to feel validated that we're often searching for when it comes to conflicts. It's an attachment to outcome or a feeling. When you're in a neutral space, there is no attachment to outcome. Ah, doesn't that feel good? Doesn't that feel like peace? Peace is the state we hope you will all get to. Peace likes to spread. It can be very simple for humans to de escalate conflicts of all sorts if they just find inner peace and release desires for certain outcomes. Always, dear souls, I am reminding you to focus on inner awareness. When you become accustomed to self awareness, so much of what is unseen begins to be seen, not just within, but without. When you unlock that which has been hidden, or should I say unacknowledged, within you, the outer world begins to take on new characteristics. For when you have no need to hide from yourself, you have no need to hide from what is out there. So, awareness is very important. Be aware of every thought and emotion. Be aware of how thoughts and emotions create motivations for you. This is the place to start. When you get up in the morning and you look at your phone or turn on the television, stay alert to the changes. For many of you, when you wake up, you are already in that neutral state. You feel good. Nothing has yet disturbed you. This is such a powerful state. The day is a blank slate, and you have options to create many things within it. Then something shows up. It might be something you see on the YouTube or something on the internet. It might be a traffic jam. It could be an email waiting for you, and just like that, the neutral state is gone. Be alert to this. How do you feel emotionally? Where do your thoughts go? I want you to get accustomed to making the connection between being at peace and then not at peace. It happens so quickly that it often slips by without our conscious awareness of the shift. Bring the awareness, dear souls. When you create the awareness, you take back control. I said peace spreads, and it not only spreads among you, but it spreads within you as well. The more peace you feel, the more you want. It feels that good. We have told you that peace starts within, for the inner creates the outer. There is much conflict and discord among you right now. The best way to handle it is to step out of it. What is focused on is created. You know this. When you have mastered awareness, you will be vigilant for what brings in discord and troubled thoughts and emotions. We ask you to say no to this. This will likely mean changing your habits. When something triggers negative thoughts and emotions, it's actually quite easy to get pulled into that energy. Conflict is everywhere, and when it is everywhere, it becomes a habit to take part in it. You choose a side, and then you seek those that agree with or validate your side. Anger creates feelings of righteousness. In the current state of affairs, it is so very easy to stay focused on a very myopic viewpoint. And I am right and you are wrong viewpoint. This point of view can be constantly reinforced due to the ability to only focus on that. It feeds the inner righteousness, but there is little peace. When our worldview becomes attached to only one viewpoint, we tend to build very strong barriers against anything outside of that way of thinking. I believe you can see this happening now. In the United States of America, there are strong dualistic world views, and due to the singular focus of all discourse, many people are finding themselves pulled into strong internal fixations on the way that they understand what is the right way for the world to be. There is little leeway for balance because there is a lot of blame of the other for the reason why they cannot find peace in the world. Now, beloved students, remember what I said at the beginning. Peace comes from within, and that it comes from not needing to have a certain outcome. Can you see the difference? The reinforcement of this or that idea or judgment can be so subtle, so sneaky that it so easily slips under your radar and into the negative reactions. When there are two strong but opposing worldviews, these internal barriers get very strong. They will reject not only that which is outside the internal barriers, but they will also prevent any attempt at compromise, because compromise might be an admission of defeat. You will find in these more extreme states that there is an awareness in a way that prevents any other views from being considered. The subconscious remains vigilant for what would prove the inner view wrong. Yet, in a dualistic situation that is imbalanced, eventually there will come a collapse of one or the other worldview, or such a strong threat of collapse that the person will react in a very strong and unpredictable way to protect their understanding and desired outcome. There can be no peace within because of the needed vigilance in order to protect the self and the worldview. Therefore, there can be no peace without. You, dear channel, have spoken with Mary Magdalene, and she has also spoke about these internal barriers. I would also like to explain more. These barriers are very strong with humanity right now because of the structure of the dualistic reality, but it will change. It must change for ascension to occur, for ascension is the breaking of the bond of duality and returning to unity. It's very obvious to most people that the tension of duality is very strong and quite uncomfortable at this point. At some point, it will reach its maximum and begin to return the other way, but we wish to make you aware in order to understand. As each side separates more and more, there is an energetic barrier which becomes very strong. It reinforces rigidness of ideas and beliefs. The opposite side then is seen and felt to be a threat to the liberty of the other. Imagine a brick wall being erected to block out the other side, reinforcing separation and division. We wish to remind you that only the most extreme ideas and viewpoints are talked about at this level, which leads one to believe that everyone on that side is an extremist. That is an illusion. Ultimately, there is reached an energetic stalemate. Neither side is willing to give an inch. We ask those of you that can hear these words to step back and start to break through the energetic stalemate. You do this by returning to neutrality and peace. The opposite side is not the enemy. They only hold an opposing ideology. We ask you to trust in the forces of light. It is safe to begin to dismantle your barriers. Begin to see all as your brothers and sisters on this great journey. Send love, not animosity. With love, all will find their way to the good. Let go of the rigidness that makes it difficult to see the good in those around you. Jesus the Christ said, "Judge not, lest thee be judged." We ask you to live by these words now more than ever. It is not always easy to see and understand from your perspective, and that is why we of the spiritual hierarchy are sending many messages to Earth now through many channels. We ask you to trust us. You don't see the whole picture of those you are judging either. In order for humanity to ascend, we must start reversing judgment and return to love. Because of the barriers you all have, it may not feel safe, but we tell you it is safe. It is the illumination of the Christ consciousness which will shine through more and more. There will come a time when the barriers must fall, and the more adjustments you can make now, the easier this transition will be for you, and the more you can help others get through it. The first step is to return to neutrality. And while desires might surface of wanting things to be this way or that, remember there is a divine plan in place that is best for all people. Trust that God is behind it all, and everything is an illusion, for love will conquer all dark forces. With this knowledge, you can release attachment and surrender to the heavenly plan to return humanity to paradise once again. End transmission from St. Germain. Thank you so much for listening. If you would like more information about me or to connect with me, I will link my website below. Sending you all love, and I'll see you again soon.